This is London.
These are dangerous days.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a packed Thurrock Civic Hall here in Grays. It is Saturday, the 29th of November 2008, and LDN Wrestling proudly presents Legends Showdown 2. What a night we have got for you here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and what a way to kick things off with a next generation World of Sport match. Danny Garnell making his way to the ring here now to face the Queen's favourite wrestler, Deville. Garnell now making his way out for this, one of the biggest matches in his life, Legends Showdown, the top card of the year, the biggest night of wrestling in the country, and Danny Garnell delighted to be a part of it this year to face Deville. And he has been working very, very hard, and indeed 2008 has been a very successful year for young Danny Garnell. Another man who has had his fair share of success in 2008 is this man about to make his way to the ring, the Queen's favourite wrestler and indeed personal footman, made page 9 of the Sun newspaper just yesterday. Take a look at Deville, one half of the LDN Tag Team Champions, with his partner Lee Walker going it alone here tonight at Legends Showdown and really looking to stamp his place in British wrestling history with a big win here tonight at Showdown 2. And Deville really full of confidence. Garnell, another very confident young athlete as well. But the fans solidly behind the footman. Well, this is not how we want to go on here tonight.
Introducing first on my left, coming out of the blue corner, from Woolwich in London, Danny Garnell. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent on my right, coming out of the red corner, from Oxford, Deville.
And as I said, both of these two men really looking to stamp their place in British wrestling history with an impressive display here tonight. Legends Showdown 2 here at the Thurrock Civic Hall in Grays. Referee Chris Roberts assigned this bout and he calls for the bell. And there it is. Both of these two men have really had breakout years in 2008. Deville, as I mentioned, one half of the LDN Tag Team Champions with Lee Walker. And Danny Garnell has recently been announced as the #1 contender to the new LDN TV title. And he will be looking to get a shot at that belt very soon indeed. Collar and elbow tie-up, and Garnell gets the better of it, but he backs up Deville into the corner. Doesn't get a clean break, but Deville not putting up with that at all. And I have a feeling the referee is going to have a lot on his hands here tonight. Back to the lockup. Garnell again with the better of it. Wrist lock nicely applied. Takes Deville down to his knees. And just hoists him up by that left arm. Bending it back at the elbow joint. And putting an awful lot of pressure on that shoulder as well. And Garnell actually unlucky not to get a submission here, but this is very early on in the match. And Deville has been training a long time for this one. And if you're watching, Your Majesty, I'm sure your boy is going to do you proud here tonight. Garnell, a cheeky individual. Give him an inch, he will take a mile. Continually bantering with the referee, just trying to get every advantage he possibly can. And there, a blatant hair pull right in front of the referee. And Deville looking for a way out, and he finds it finally with a headstand. Nicely countered. And Garnell's feet just on the ropes there. And that causes the break, but Deville fought very well to get out of that hold. And the fans starting to warm to him. This is, of course, Legends Showdown 2. We are celebrating the very best in British wrestling, past and in this match, present. Later on tonight, we will see some of the top stars ever to grace British wrestling rings. But here tonight, two of the best of the current generation. Two men who are going to take this sport to new heights. Shoulder barge there from Garnell, comes off the ropes. Deville with a leapfrog. And Garnell wasn't ready for him, and he gets sent flying into that bottom rope. Picks up Deville for the scoop slam. And Garnell, one of the most naturally strong athletes we have here at LDN. And Deville, arguably one of the most athletic. And we are seeing a great contest between two young stars. Garnell with the strength advantage, but Deville arguably with the agility. Side headlock cinched in nice and tightly there. Deville just edging towards that rope. Couldn't quite make it. This time he does, and he comes off nicely. Still with the headlock applied, also trapping the left arm now of Danny Garnell. And Garnell again reaching back for that hair. Garnell digging deep down, looking for a way out. And at the same time, of course, he has to be very careful that those shoulders don't get pinned to the ground. Back up now to his feet. Sends Deville off the ropes, misses a pair of clotheslines, but catches him with a sleeper hold. And I wonder how well that is applied. He looks to have that on pretty nice and tight. But Deville able to just slip out of it before the full effects could be felt. But that has got to have taken something out of David Deville, surely. He looks a little groggy to me, but he's going up top, and Garnell already back up to his feet. And that was a big mistake by the footman. And the Queen's favourite wrestler looked to have landed very hard on his left knee. Unable to get back up to his feet, following that spill from the top rope. Garnell, like a shark smelling blood, goes straight after the injured limb, looking presumably to procure a submission. A couple of boots to the hamstring for good measure. And take a look at that, just bending that left knee, the injured limb, in directions that it was not meant to bend. And this surely has to be all for Deville. I don't know how much more the young man can take. He is digging deep, but I don't know if anyone can break a hold like that. His only hope surely is to reach for the bottom rope. Well, Garnell, I believe, voluntarily broke that hold. And the referee, I think, is very concerned about the welfare of David Deville. And he might be inclined to step in and stop this one. But he has to be careful not to give Deville undue prominence. by stopping the match. And Garnell laying his hands on the official, and that is a big no-no. We cannot have wrestlers touching non-wrestlers in any capacity whatsoever. And again, Garnell straight off that injured left knee. A very methodical wrestler. He waited for Deville to make a mistake, and he pounced. He is now capitalizing on the advantage. And now, for the last 2 or 3 minutes at least, Garnell has not let that left knee out of his sight. Whips Deville across the ring, and that might have been a mistake, because Deville able to get a boot up. But straight after that knee again. Straight after the injured leg. And that was enough for Garnell to turn things back around in his favor. Figure 4 leg lock. Expertly applied by Garnell. And Garnell really has learned from the best. But I wonder who taught him that. He is just holding on to that middle rope. And while the referee's checking whether Deville wants to submit, Garnell is getting an illegal leverage advantage. And now the shoulders are down. And Deville is in an awful lot of pain here in the opening contest of Legend Showdown 2. A next-generation world of sport match, and finally the referee sees it and is forced to step in. And Garnell very, very cocky, and this might come back to cost him, because Deville able to mount some kind of a recovery. And while Garnell's back was turned, Deville with a big drop kick. Deville now in control. Both of these two young men trained at various LDN wrestling schools by the very best wrestlers in the country. A double leg Nelson, and Garnell one step ahead. A desperation move to break that. Nicely done off the second rope. Flying DDT could be enough. The leg was hooked, but Garnell still had enough petrol left in the engine to kick out of that one. Deville again going up top. Last time he made a terrible mistake, and this time he didn't fare much better either. Getting caught now on that bottom rope, and Garnell has the arm hooked, and he just suplexed him from the very top of the ring. Garnell was just suplexed from the top rope into the center of the ring. The shoulders are down, and somehow Deville kicks out. And that is twice now that David Deville has gone to the ropes, and twice it has cost him dearly. And if I were Garnell, I would have thought twice about going up there myself, because he just caught with a snap suplex in midair. And that move may have been a great equalizer for David Deville, because just look at the face of Garnell. I think he landed hard on the front of his head. And he might be out cold. We are getting a standing 10 count from referee Chris Roberts. And he reached an 8 or a 9 there. Garnell luckily able to shake the cobwebs, at least momentarily. And again, back to that injured leg. You cannot fault Danny Garnell's methodical approach, though it didn't bear fruits on that occasion. A big spine buster there from David Deville, who again is going up top. Twice this match he has gone up to the top rope, and both times he has... Oh my goodness, the big Cruella Deville's frog splash. 2, 3, and no, he didn't get it. So close. So close. Third time's the charm, and he connected nicely with that frog splash, but it was still not enough to put Danny Garnell away. Oh, and a low blow from Garnell. And the referee clearly saw that, and that is going to be a public warning. for Danny Garnell, but a roll-up on the inside cradle. Deville with the roll-up. And he got it. Unbelievable. David Deville scores a win. Take a look at this from earlier in the match. Garnell going for that figure four again. And David Deville just grabbed him by the legs, rolled him up inside cradle, and there was nowhere for Garnell to go. Big win here for one half of the LDN Tag Team Champions and the Queen's favourite wrestler, David Deville. Danny Garnell certainly didn't shame himself, but Deville is going to be delighted when he returns to the Palace on Monday morning. And I'm sure the Queen will be just as happy. What a way to kick things off here at Legends Showdown 2 with a big taste of the future of this great sport of ours.